Social Studies class.
Yes, dear children, let us continue our previous class. Today we are going to learn about historians and their sources. Historians and their sources. As we studied that history is a study of the past and that is gathering and examining something that happened, and a living subject, and history is also an interpretation of past events, isn't it? Yes, history is the study of the past events, and even that gathering and examining something that happened in the past time. History helps us to gathering as well as examining the information which happened in the past or which happened or something that occurred in the ancient times. And history tells us about the living subject, and it is an interpretation of past events, means what are the information or the events could took place during the past time. Through history we can get to know about that, isn't it? Yes. So to study about the past or to gathering and examining something that happened or occurred in the past time, or to know about the living subject, or to make an interpretation of past events, we need sources, isn't it? We need sources. So that sources are collected or gathered or examined by the historians. Let's know about this. Historians use different types of sources to learn about the past depending upon the period of their study and the nature of their investigation. Historians use different types of sources to learn about the past, which depending upon the period of their study and the nature of their investigation. Historians use different types of sources, isn't it? Through that only we can learn about the events or some of the important informations or some of the significance of the ruler or some particular areas or places and all, which depending upon the period of the study and the nature of the investigation by the historians. Historians will study the period of the particular information as well as they will investigate. They can investigate the nature of this their study, and that will possible only through the sources. So, through these sources or through the different types of sources, historians makes us to learn about the past. For example, we can get to know about the Gupta dynasty and Harshavardhana, and that will following 1000 years from roughly 700 to 1750. Okay, and even we can get to know about the Delhi Sultanates or about the Mughal dynasty or about some more dynasties which ruled over India, or some more the great warriors who lived around the world and all. So, the sources of history include so many things. Some of them are graveyard headstones, folk songs, stories and tales from the past, books, letters, journals, monuments and memorials, names or coins or inscriptions, etc. So, through these sources, there is a continuity of the information of the past. So, continuity of the sources still rely on coins, inscriptions, architecture, textual records, etc. Yes, through the historical sources, we get to know about the information which regarding to the past period or to the era of ancient times, isn't it? Yes, it may be to the manuscript. We get to know that, or we can find out that that information belongs to a particular king or who wrote that and all, and which language it was exist and all. And even some of the coins relays us about the ruler who ruled over that time and how was his administration and how prosperous his kingdom was during that time, and his contribution to the society. So, the sources like inscriptions, coins, manuscripts, architecture, and graveyard, etc. These sources tells us or makes us to know about the past, and that makes us to learn about the past depending upon the period and as well as the nature of that time, as well as to the help of historians who help us to make to know about that through their investigation as well as their research and study. Yes, we can notice some continuity in the sources used by historians for the study of this period as well as, but there is also considerable discontinuity because the number and variety of textual records increased dramatically during this period, and they slowly displaced other types of available information. There will be discontinuity in the sources because the number of or variety of textual records increased dramatically during this period, and through this period paper gradually became a very cheaper and widely available. Okay, paper became cheaper and hence more and more people start to use that, and that was widely available during that time, and hence textual records increased dramatically, and there is also considerable discontinuity. People used to write some of the holy text and chronicles. Chronicles means events of series and informations and all, and it may be the chronicles of rulers and their periods and all, and even people start to use and they start to write some of the letters and even the teachings of saints and petitions and judicial records and for registers of accounts and taxes. Paper was easily available during that time and it became very cheaper, and hence people start to use that and they make them to write some of the holy text like which relating to some of the religions and all, and writers start to write chronicles means events of the rulers, what was happened during that time and who was the ruler ruled over that time and who was the successor of the that throne, and what was the situation of the society during that time, how was the political, economical and as well as social conditions of that society, etc. And even people start to use letters to exchange information, and even they start to provide the teachings of saints through writings, and hence they can make awareness about a particular teachings of a particular saint or which relating to some of the religions and all, and even some of the informations or what we can say, records of judicial system was increased during that time, and even people start to make registers which related to the accounts and taxes, means what was the amount they have to pay for the king or the society or the peasants, what they collected or what they made expenses in their day-to-day life or in their lively life, that was mentioned as well as recorded and registered to the accounts. And even manuscripts were collected by wealthy people. Manuscripts were also written during that time because, as I said before, paper become paper became cheaper and more widely available. Hence, people engaged themselves to the writings. Manuscript means handwritten script. Manu means hand, script means writing. So, handwritten script is called manuscript. So, manuscript was written by most of the people during that period, and they were also collected by wealthy people because it's not possible for poor people or who are not well rich people or community of the society. So manuscripts were collected by wealthy people. It may be the rulers or kings or some of the monasteries and even the temples and all, and some more religious places and the scholars and all, and they were placed in libraries and archives. These written script or manuscripts were placed, means collected and later kept or placed in libraries and archives. Archive is a place where documents and manuscripts are stored. Archive is a place where documents and other records or handwritten scripts are stored. Today, all the national and state governments have archives, and where they keep all their old official records and all, and even the transactions were keep there. And these manuscripts and documents provide a lot of detailed information to historians, but they are also difficult to use because those scripts were written during the ancient period, and those written scripts were in different types of languages and all, and hence historians don't know that the language and all. During that time it is difficult to get to know about that language and the vocabulary and grammar and all. For example, the languages like Sanskrit, Pali, and even some of the Prakrit language were difficult to read and write. Hence it is very difficult to read as well as to get to know about a particular documents or manuscripts for the historians. And there was no printing press during those period or during those days or eras. So scribes means someone who writes or copyist or journalist. A person who writes is called scribes. And during those days, scribes copied manuscripts by hand because there was no printing press during those period like nowadays. So if there is a printing press, means they can print the documents or records and scripts and all, but there was no printing press in those days. So scribes means writers or journalists or copyists copied scripts by hand, and as a result there are small but significant differences occur during that time. For example, when they copied, means when the scribes copied those manuscripts by hand, they also introduced small changes as well as some of the it may be a word here and there or a sentence and all. So these small differences grew over centuries of copying until manuscripts of the same text became substantially different from one another. Scribes copied that manuscripts and they start to make some of the changes in the word and sentence and all. That became a serious problems over a time because the historians or the we find original manuscripts of the author today, because we don't know that who was written particular text and all, and what was the original text and all. So it became a serious problem to us as well as the historians, and as a result, historians have to read different manuscripts versions of the same text to guess what the author had originally written. Because of this issue, historians have to read different manuscripts, different handwritten scripts and its versions to handwritten versions of the same text to guess or to know what the author had originally written in that text and all. And on occasion, authors revise their chronicles. Chronicles means a series of events at different times. The 14th century chronicler Ziauddin Barani wrote his chronicle first in 1356 and another version 2 years later. The 14th century chronicler named Ziauddin Barani, he belongs to the 14th century, and he wrote his first chronicle in the year 1356, and 2 years later he was also written is another version of chronicler. But what happened means the two versions of the chronicler differ from each other, but historians didn't know about that because the existence of the first version of his chronicler was not available until to the year 1960s. In the year 1960s, they get to know about the first version of Ziauddin Barani's chronicle, and it remained lost in large library collections. Let us know about new social and political groups. New social and political groups. The study of the 1,000 years between 700 to 1750 is a huge challenge to historians largely because of the scale and variety of developments that occurred over the period. Because in this period there were different types of there were variety of developments and scales has occurred over the period, and at different moments there were arrival of technologies and their appearance as well. In this period, new technologies made their appearance, like the Persian wheel in irrigation and the spinning wheel in weaving, firearms in combat, and new foods and beverages arrived in the subcontinent. And this was a period of economic, political, social, and cultural changes. As I said before, it was an era of technologies, means technologies made their appearance during this period, and hence or as a result the Persian wheel in irrigation was used, as well as spinning wheel is used for weaving, and even firearms means like some of the weapons for combat means war, firearms like gun and all, and the weapons which related to war were used during those period. And new foods and beverages, new foods like potatoes, corn, chilies, as well as beverages means liquid or drink such as tea, coffee, liquor, milk, juice, or other kinds of soft drinks were also arrived in the subcontinent. And all these innovations led to a new technologies as well as in the crops, and came along with people, and people start to use the Persian wheel for irrigation as well as for the agriculture purpose, and they start to grow new or varieties of different kinds of crops as well. And even people start to use spinning wheel for weaving, and overall we can say that there was a period of economic, political, and social and cultural changes occur during that time. And that period was also a period of great mobility because different types of or different groups of people traveled long distances in search of opportunity. Means different groups of people arrived and they traveled for a long distance in search of new kind of opportunity or new kind of work and all. They engaged themselves in different kinds of works as well, and even some more new group of people arrived during those period. Let us know about them. One group of people who became important in this period were the Rajputs. One of the important group of people who emerged during those period were the Rajputs. Rajputs, the name derived from Rajaputra, means the son of a ruler. The word Rajput is derived from the word Rajaputra, which means the son of a ruler. The son of a king or the son of a ruler is called Rajaputra. Because of this, the word Rajput was arrived. And between the 8th and 14th century, the term Rajputs were applied more generally to the group of warriors, means to the group of Kshatriya caste. Warriors means soldiers. In the time or in the period of 8th and in the 14th century, they were referred to a group of soldiers or warriors as well as commanders, and they served in the armies of different monarchs as well as rulers, and they were very loyal to their ruler, and they even they made extreme valor as well as great sense of loyalty to their rulers during those period. Except Rajputs, some more group of people gained importance during that time. They were Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, and Kayasthas. These were a group of people or a caste of scribes and secretaries, means a caste of writers as well as secretaries. Includes Marathas, Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, and Kayasthas. They were also used the opportunities of the age to become politically important. They become politically important like Rajputs during those time. And one more new group of people arrived during that time were the peasants. There was gradually clearing of forest during that time, means people start to clearing the forest, and they make extension of agriculture during that time, means they change faster, and in some more areas they made clear of that areas, and they start to engage themselves in agriculture activities and all, and they changes their habitat, means their residence, and they start to migrate towards some of the places, and they became forest dwellers, and even they started to tilling the land and became peasants, means farmer. And these new peasants groups gradually became to be influenced by regional markets and chieftains, priests, monasteries, and temples. Means these peasants they start to influenced by the regional markets, and means they start to make transactions in the markets, means they start to exchange their goods and services, and they start to make profit through the crops which they were grew, as well as they start to make exchange of money and service there. And even they were influenced by the chieftains, means a leader of a particular clans or tribes, and even they influenced by the teachings of priests which related to a particular religions and all, and even they gradually influenced by the regional religious monasteries and temples, and they became a part of large complex societies. and even they were required to pay taxes and offer goods and services to local lords. The peasants, as well as the regional markets and chieftains and priests, monasteries and temples, all these became a important or significant part of that particular society during those period, and they were also had to pay the taxes to the local lords. And caste system or jatis were also existed during those period. Jatis or subcaste and ranked on the basis of their backgrounds and their occupations. People were have their own jatis or subcastes. They were ranked or depend upon their backgrounds and their occupations. For examples, if someone is doing agriculture work or weaving or pottery work, or some may have the different kinds of rank, if they have like commander, chief and all, or if they have different backgrounds like priest community or kshatriyas and all, because of all these things the jatis or subcaste were existed during those period. And even the status of the same jati could vary from area to area, and jatis framed their own rules and regulations to manage the behavior or conduct of the members. And these regulations was conducted or enforced by the elders of the assembly among those jatis, and they were described in some areas as the jati panchayati. Jati Panchayati is a assembly or group of members or elders of that jati, and where the elders of the jatis were enforced some of the regulations, and these jatis were also required to follow the rules of their villages as well, and several villages were governed by a chieftain, means several villages were governed by a particular leader, and together they were only one small unit of a state. And this was a new social and political groups arrived during those period. Hence, the society was existed during those time. Yes, dear children, this is all about today's class. I hope you understood today's class. Thank you.